Hello everyone, welcome back to the Call of Duty Custom Zombie Mapping Tutorial Series. We are now in number 9, and today we are going to be fixing something. Yeah, it's a little bit upsetting. But on the bright side, take a look at this icon. You remember that atrocious icon we've seen in the last tutorial? Well, that's gone, and it's been replaced with this sexy, well, sexier new one. Yeah, so that's the bright side, but on the darker side of things, there was actually a mistake. And the mistake that I made was UGX mod. Script Placer Z, what I found, apparently it requires UGX mod. And I didn't know this because at the time that I was making these tutorials, I was doing a side project using UGX mod. Now the thing with UGX mod, some of you may have heard of it, is it's one of those things where you need to know what you're doing before you start using it. So if you're beginning like if you're just starting in mapping, which I'm assuming most people are that are watching this video, um, you're not going to want to get involved with UGX mod yet. You want to get a foundation first and then move into it, because if you just jump off the bat at UGX mod, you're going to throw your fist through a wall because you're not going to know what's going on. You're going to be very you're going to get pissed off because things aren't going to work very well for you, because it's one of those mods where it does require modding, not just mapping. So that is something that you could work into, but you don't want to get into that yet. So that's like, you could make some really awesome maps with UGX mod, but the reason I'm not showing it is simply because it is an advanced level thing, and this is a lot simpler. It's a lot easier, and you could do some pretty cool stuff with this stuff as well, and you can make just as good of a map. Um, so yeah, there's that. And what happened was I wanted to compile the map, because while I was doing the series, I wanted to make sure that it was going to work for you guys, because you guys were having errors with the last tutorial series, and I was having errors, so I knew that it wasn't right. That's why I did a reboot. Um, and I want to make sure this time that the map will work. So I went to compile it, and it did work. It didn't have a compile error or anything, but you spawned without a weapon. And unless you're planning to kill zombies with air, that's not a very effective game. So I thought, okay. So I went over in our map to where we placed the MP40 and the M1 Garand from the 6th tutorial, or 6th or 7th. And so I bought the weapon off the wall, but it wouldn't give it to me. I had no weapon still, but it would still take the money. The map was ripping me off. I was like, okay, something's definitely not right here. So I went ahead, completely deleted my World at War installation from Steam, reinstalled it, used Script Z again to see if I could try to fix it this time, and to see if it was just something that I did wrong that you guys would be okay. And when I went to run it, it said UGX mod helper missing, and it started coming with compile errors, and I'm like, okay, this is a disaster. I need to fix this. So I found a fix, and now I'm going to give it to you guys so your maps can work as well. So this is going to require a little bit of work with the launcher, another script placer, and the folder here, because we can't use script placer Z because it's not right for the tutorial, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so yeah, we are going to have to delete our file, but do not worry. As long as you listen very carefully, and it's a very simple step, and you follow exactly what I do, you will not lose your map. So what we're going to have to do not delete the map yet. Please do not delete the map yet. You will hate yourself if you do. So go ahead and go to your Call of Duty World at War root folder. Okay, if you'll find this in program files in Steam if you have it on Steam, or program files Activision if you have it on CD or whatever. Yeah. Now, the folder we're interested in is map underscore source. And when we go in here, these are the important files. Specifically for this tutorial series, what I've been using, Nazi Zombie YT. Your map name will be different. Mine is just YT, short for YouTube, but yours is going to be Nazi Zombie, your map name, .map. This is your file. This is your actual maps file. Do not delete this file. Make sure you back up this file. I'd even say back it up even when we're not fixing it. Just back it up periodically in case anything happens, and you can go back to a working version. Like every time it works well and you've made progress, make a backup of this file, because this file is very important. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we're going to copy it, and we're going to go, you can really paste this anywhere. You can paste it to your desktop if you want, but what I'm going to do is go to Call of Duty World at War, the root folder, and I'm going to make a new folder and call it underscore backup. The underscore prefix simply for the fact that it'll keep it at the top of the folder, so I'll always know where to go to find it. We're going to go in here and we're going to paste this map file. Make sure you do this step before you continue with this tutorial. Make sure you copy this map file because it will be gone from this folder. So make sure you copy it to somewhere else. Okay, once you've done that, what you're going to do is go into the launcher. You're going to go to YT, assuming you backed it up, and I will continue to stress this because, like I said, you will smash you will just smash your desk in half if you delete your map that you've been working on for the past tutorials, and I know you will. So make sure you back up that file before you do this step. Now you're going to select it in this list, hit delete map, and it says it's going to delete all these files. The GSC and CSV, we're not going to worry about those because we haven't done any custom scripting yet, thankfully, or any modding. All of our stuff has been pure mapping, so this is not a big deal. So we can just let these go. The dot map is the biggest thing. The patch is no big deal. The dot map, the regular dot map, this is the one we need to copy. This is all we need to copy. Maybe your dot back file if you want to, but the dot map is important. That's your latest save. And you can just go ahead and click yes on that. And before you click yes, make sure you backed it up. And I know I did, that's why I just hit yes. And if we go into the map source, it is no longer there. So make sure you copied it. Okay, when you have done that, you can go ahead and go over to Script Placer. This is Mr. Hankey's Script Placer sexy version. You do not have to go download something else. There's not another download in the description below you need. It is in the compiled essentials pack in the script placers folder. There was the script placer Z, which isn't working very well, and there's this one. So this is the one we need. So extract this. Double click on scriptplacer.exe. You should run it as admin. I'm on admin, so it's not a big deal. But if you're not, make sure you run it as an administrator, or you could run into problems. I'm going to name mine the exact same I had before. Okay, so you're not going to lose your map name before doing that method, so you can just name it Nazi Zombie YT, which is exactly what it was before. Make sure you check off Freeze, not Prototype, because Prototype won't allow you to use Pack-a-Punch or any of that fun stuff. So make sure you check out Breeze Style. And we're going to hit Overwrite Files, because if you don't hit this button, it's going to say one or more files already exist or something stupid like that. So make sure you have this checked off and then click Generate. Once again, make sure you have your map file backed up, but at this point you're kind of screwed if you didn't. But yeah, just like watch this tutorial before you even do it. Just make sure you back up that file. I just can't stress that enough. So now that we have done this part, we can just go ahead and close it. And if we go back into the launcher, look at that. It's back in our little pretty list. So I'm going to launch Radiant and go ahead and show you it, what it looks like, because it is a lot different than the map we generated in the last script placer. So let's go ahead and open it. YT. Now, as you can see, this is not our map. This is a pre-generated map. UGX mod uses as well, this little pretty green box. This actually looks really ugly. It's a really small box, and yeah, that's what it looks like. Now, if you don't care about your map having a skybox, you can just copy and paste your map over, but I'll keep my map having a skybox. I don't really care. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close Radiant right now. And what I'm going to do is in the root folder, we find that in map source, look, .map is back in there. And that's great. So what we're going to do is go back to our backup that you better have made, and you go ahead and copy this, and we can just go back to map source and replace the file. And if we go ahead and open it back up in Radiant, which we will go do right now as soon as it decides to load, yeah, and we go into there. Look at that. Our map is perfectly intact. Our perk machines, our wall weapons, our pack-a-punch, our beautiful little window, even our skybox is still there. And our little, the power switch isn't there because I forgot to save it the last tutorial I did. But yeah, because this is an older save that I did. But yeah, like just as long as you have your files backed up, you are good. You're in good shape. Okay, you can just go ahead and copy and paste your map file over. Just make sure you save the latest version before doing it and back up that file. Um, I don't want to see comments saying I deleted my map. What do I do? Because honestly, I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna have to, I don't know. So make sure you back up that file. And yeah, we've just fixed this. So we are now good to go ahead and compile in the next video, which will be very soon. So now that we have it all fixed, it should be all good to work, and we can go ahead and compile it, and I will show you guys how to do that in the next video. If you did like this video, please leave a like, comment any questions or comments you may have. Please do not comment that you deleted your map, or I'll be very sad, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video where we compile and play our beautiful map.